Hi guys, and welcome back to Burnley. And I'm not sure if anybody is here yet, but if you're here, don't forget to say hello. Let me know that you're here. And don't forget to like, because don't forget likes, even if you're not liking it. Likes get the video out to other people, and other people get a chance to have a look at it. So don't forget to drop a like on there. Hey Gobby, how are you doing? I'm losing my mind, Gobby. I went to type in hi, Gobby. I'm so used to being on the other end. I hope you're doing well, mate. And as you can see on screen, as you can see, we have an offer in for Jack Cork. Only 3.5 million, but it is the only offer that we've had. We do have another offer in progress. Charlie Taylor, we've got an offer for him for 13.75 mil, but he's been sitting on that for 2 weeks and we don't know if he's actually going to accept that or not. So with Brownhill also wanting to be sold, and we've advertised Brownhill again, and his value being quite high. We've just advertised. Let's do it again. Offer to clubs. Let's go down to 14.5 million. Offer that to clubs. So if those three go, that could raise in excess of 25 million. So that would be a lot of money. So that would give us options to buy players. Unfortunately, though, my scouts are absolutely chronic. They are unable to find players that I actually need. And it's going to be very, very difficult. But with 25 mil, I should be able to find a half-decent striker. Thinking about Brewster, who's available for 20 to 24 mil. He is a very good striker. However, if we sell Cork, Brownhill, Cork could go, Brownhill will go, and then who's the other one? That will leave us, well, Westwood. He'll still be around, but it'll leave us with maybe 4 in midfield, and that's not going to be a good option for playing 3 in midfield. One injury, and then you've got some very tired players running around. So, still, hi Ludwig, how are you doing? Welcome to the Burnley save. Don't forget, drop a like, because like gets the video out to people who've not yet get the chance to see it. So I'm thinking like, okay, we've got to accept this offer for Cork. He's 33 years old. He's going to run down his contract if we don't accept it anyway. We've got no choice. We're not going to take him into the Premier League if we are lucky enough to get promoted. So what is the point of having him hang around? So I think, guys, what do you think? I think, yep, accept the offer. 3.5 million. That will at least give us 4 mil to begin with in the bank. But from what I can see, I think this is going to go to transfer deadline day. Charlie Taylor is going to make his decision with about 8 hours left in transfer deadline day. It will then, Brownhill will be the same. So I will have about 8 hours on deadline day to actually fill the slots. And that's not going to be easy. And I don't yet know how much money we're going to have. We're going to accept the offer for Jack Cork. I think that's probably the best thing to do. At least gets the ball rolling. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for the transfer window to close, we've got a couple of games to play. We've got Millwall, and then a very tough game. We've got Norwich in the FA Cup 4th round. And Norwich, who of course are top of the championship, and that is a very big game. I actually don't mind going out in the cup at this stage because I'd rather focus on the league than a cup that we have no chance of winning. And if we look at the club vision, be competitive in the FA Cup. And they're pleased that we've reached the 4th round. I guess that would be... Hey, Music, how are you doing, mate? Hey, Liquid, good to see you. And I guess getting to the fourth round of the Cup, that's going to be pretty competitive. We've passed being competitive in the EFL Cup because I can't remember what did we do in the EFL Cup? I think we lost quite badly, didn't we? How did we get on in the EFL Cup? EFL Cup. Where is the EFL Cup? I think we didn't do very well at all. Oh, did we lose to Everton? Did we lose? Yeah, we lost in the second round to Everton in a game actually we should have won. I remember that now. So they're pleased with that anyway. And they say we've passed being competitive in the EFL Cup. And in terms of the FA Cup, they seem to be pleased that we've reached the fourth round. So I won't particularly mind going out of the Cup at this stage. And in true style, FM was supposed to have got rid of this, where you have back-to-back games against the same team. And it's not happened because I've noticed this a couple of times. In Preston save, I had to play Newcastle 3 times on the bounce. So they haven't got rid of it because we will have to play Norwich in the league after we play them in the Cup. Yeah, I know. It's they got to make the game tricky in some way, Gobby. They have to. And one of the things that I think I'm working out about this game is that it knows where you're weak, it knows where you're strong, and it will highlight the weak areas. And in this save, it knows that if I have people who can finish, then I'm going to be winning the league by a canter. And so it's making it very, very difficult for me to find someone who can finish. And I suppose what you could do to beat the game is you could just go onto YouTube and scout for the best striker wonder kids and then just go and bring one in. But it's not my style. And I think that's probably cheating. And I think your scouts are responsible for finding people, and I think they should go out and find people. But you also do have, as Gobby, you have your director of football. So let's have a look at who he is going to suggest for me as a striker. And a couple of 70,000. He's obviously not going to be worth thinking about. Plays for Wolfsburg. He's available for his wages are 66,000, but he must be quite old then, I guess. Max Cruz, he is 34 years old. That'll please the board. However, he is not a bad player. Could do a decent job in all 4 positions, I guess. So he'd probably do a good job for a year in the... But I'm more interested in this 23-year-old who's 6 million. Therese Campbell, yeah, I already know about him. So he is someone who's on my radar anyway. And I think he would probably be a good buy. Now, if I can get him for around about 7 or 8 million, and we do have money from Charlie Taylor and Jack Cork, then what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be in the business of looking for a midfielder. Or I might have to, what I might have to do then is change the formation so that we've only got 2 in midfield. It's going to be interesting the next few days, and it's going to be a very busy deadline day, I think. So the secret to deadline day is being prepared, and we'll have to see how well prepared I am. I wanted to just look at Goodmanson. And I'm wondering, can he only play on the wing? But he seems to have disappeared off my squad list, and I'm not quite sure what's happened to him. Where is Goodmanson? Yeah, he seems to have... did I sell him in the last episode? Because he's just completely disappeared off my squad list. I was just looking for him earlier on. And I wonder, did I sell him? Which would be quite interesting. Did he leave? Yeah, he went out to Grone, did he, for 575. But he couldn't play as a midfielder anyway. I was looking to sell him at 32, so he's not an option. So in terms of squad planner, if I actually take out those who are likely to have left, Westwood probably will run down his contract. Nobody's going to be interested in buying him. Brownhill will be gone. And he is not a central midfielder by any stretch. So it would just leave us with 4 in midfield. So if we can get in Therese Campbell, and he already should be on my short list. Well, he is now. If we can get him in, and he's not bad. He's got finishing 16. He's good dribbling, good pace. His passing is a bit suspect, but I was thinking if his passing's a bit suspect, then just play him as a poacher. Just put him in the box and say score goals, and then he doesn't have to bring other people into the play. Just stay on the shoulder of the last defender, forget your teammates, and just wait for them to feed you and score goals. So as a poacher, he would probably play quite well. He lacks heading ability, although his jumping reach is okay, but his heading is awful. But we just get low crosses into the box for him because he's got the pace to be able to do that. He's probably favourite to come in, but again, it depends on how the next couple of days go. If Cork makes a decision early, then we can probably then go for him on the Never Never. We'll pay half of it up front and see how much they want in terms of installments. Try to do some sort of deal that way. We do need to probably, just thinking about it, maybe talk to his agent, see what his agents say. Pleased to hear, might consider joining Burnley. £6. Yeah, we could afford the wage. So that sounds good to me. Just sit there waiting. And yeah, it does happen. It happens to me all the time, Gobby. And the interesting thing is that if you have a very strong team, then your scouts can't find players. If you have a very weak team, then you're inundated with players. They seem to find them under every stone. And so this is just part of having a very strong team. And, oh, blimey. Hi, Dimitriman. How are you doing? Where are you from? How do we say that? Ditriman. Where are you from, Ditriman? So yeah, it's going to be an interesting few days, but in the meantime, we have to... Oh, it's leaked, does it? Burnley appear to be interested. They are reportedly generating interest from other potentially interested teams. So the next thing to do is to have a look, is anybody interested in him? No, only Burnley at the moment. So at the moment, we don't need to panic. Go ahead, drum up interest, and we'll see what happens. We have a game against Millwall to play. Millwall, who are around about mid-table, and we have to take this seriously. I didn't take Coventry very seriously last time, and it cost me big time. Oh, look at this. They are going to sit deep. You can see that immediately. They're going to have 3 at the back, very strong at the back. These boys will probably be pushing forward, providing the width. But it does mean that we can get around them. So let's just have a look at what the report is like. And I'm looking for things that might be useful to me. They are good crossers of the ball, but that actually doesn't mean anything unless you go and have a look at the stats. So we'll have a look at the detailed stats, and we'll go for cross completion. And where are they? They're in 11th. They have a 13% cross completion, which isn't bad actually, because the top is 16. So we don't want them crossing the ball. So we need to make sure that we have got that switched on. We want to stop them crossing the ball. I've recently come across a video which I was watching, which somebody said don't bother about trap inside, trap outside. It might have been bust the net. I tend to agree with him. I don't use that anymore, but I do use stop crossing. Oh, past midnight. Oh, wow. Amazing. So I tend to agree with him. I don't like that instruction that says trap inside or trap outside. It's too inflexible. If you switch those on, it becomes too inflexible. And if it's something that you could easily overlook when you're playing a game, and if they work it out that that's what you're trying to do, say, for example, you're trying to trap them inside and they work it out and can get fullbacks down the line, then it could cause problems. And by the time you solve the problem, then you're in big trouble. So what I prefer to do is to use the team instructions. I know what the opposition instructions, I know what I want them to do and where I want their players to be. So I'll use the zonal team individual instructions to channel the players rather than try to just do it as a group of players. Just a thought. I do agree. I don't like those two instructions and just tend to leave them off. And hi, Carla. Thanks, mate. How's it going there in Portugal? So, in terms of Millwall, we shouldn't be thinking that they are a much better team. They have good off the ball, they're good work rate, good finishing. Nothing there really jumps out as anything that is a problem. They're very strong, so are we. They're aggressive, so are we. It's not going to cause us any problems, any of these things. Shackleton is good in midfield. We, from this, don't know how he's going to play. I suspect he's going to play as a holding DM, looking at him. And nothing else. They've good goalkeepers, are good, and they're quite brave. In terms of their weaknesses, again, there's nothing really jumping out at me. They don't have any pace, so my high line shouldn't be a problem. The standard of passing is not very good, so we can press them, hopefully, and win the ball back. They're not blessed with, interestingly, that crossing comes up as one of their strengths, and yet they're not blessed with regards to crossing. So I want to stop the crossing anyway. It doesn't make sense to allow them to cross if they do somehow make it to the byline. The overall quality of passing is poor. We know that. They don't dribble very well, so closing them down shouldn't be a problem, and they don't make very good decisions, so we can get at them. We are aggressive. We shouldn't let that phase us. So I think we can play our own game. We do need to have a look at the data hub and see if anything jumps out. The data hub, I don't look at it as a complete thing. And if we actually go to next match performance, then it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. And I'm not quite sure why that's changed. I need to set that up again. And what I actually want in there. Where do I do that? Ask for. I want to ask for everything. Like, don't give me nothing. Good. Let's ask for everything. Because they're giving me nothing. So now if we go to the next, now we've got everything that's important. And this can look like a nightmare in terms of stats, but when I'm using this, I'm not looking for anything that's average. I'm looking for something that is way off the mark. And here's one already. It's just way, I'm not looking for things in the middle. There's something up here which I need to have a look at. And lots of blocks, lots of clearances. And that ties in with the way they're lining up, because they do look like they are going to... In this save, Carla, second season in this save, if I get lots of viewers back, then yeah, sure, why not? One of the reasons that I set it up, Carla, was because people do have problems going from like a championship, the second tier, to the first tier. And one of the reasons why I set it up was to look at how do you make that transition from second tier to first tier. And that's why I chose Burnley, because I thought this would be a really easy save. But as it turned out, it didn't become a very easy save. In fact, I don't know if there are many easy saves. One of the interesting ones that jumps out at me here is their defensive actions. They are very busy inside their own penalty area, and 41% of their defensive actions actually occur. Oh, cheers, mate. Benfica is a strange save. It's strange in that it's trying to force me into beginning with a youth team and developing a youth team. It's forcing me to do that. But the teams in the league are not that great. There's only 3 teams in that league, like Porto, Sporting and Braga. I think I said earlier in a message today that those teams I could probably beat with Wycombe Wanderers. And so it's only the 3 teams, Braga, Sporting and who's the other one? Porto, that I really need to worry about. And if you watch tomorrow's episode, I think I've worked them out as well. So it's not that difficult to do Benfica. And also Benfica have a lot of good young players coming through, which is handy with all the older players leaving. So this is something that stands out. We want them to be in here, and they're likely to be in here. But we need to be mindful that we are not great finishers. So if things are not going well, we may need to drop back a bit. We may need to create space by dropping back a bit. So these are the things that I'm looking for. There's another one. That's us. I'm looking for things that are not particularly good. Maybe here. What have we got here? In terms of their shooting, passive shooting, but it's high quality shooting. And so they're not getting much in terms of attempts on goal, but it is good quality when on their pass map, they're shooting. These are just low XG. They're pretty much low XG opportunities. So again, in terms of their potential to score goals, I don't think we have much to worry about. They have a busy defence, which is a little bit... it's about an average. It's about average for how many goals they concede. This is the really interesting one, though, which actually disputes the scout report, because there are fewer crosses and accurate crossing. So they're not getting many crosses into the box, but when they do, they're accurate. So that's why the instruction to stop crosses is actually really important. We don't want them getting crosses in. We want to stop them getting crosses in. And their aerial ability, again, they're around about average for the league. It's not something that's great. It's not something that's weak. And if we look at the overview, we can see here that in their last game, they dominated it. They were very, very good in their last game. And in terms of forwards, he's obviously doing a lot in terms of coming back for corners, and he wins a lot of headers for them in defence from corners. We need to probably look at him as an aerial threat, and I might have to put someone on him if he is an aerial threat. And goalkeeper's performing quite well. But apart from that, and Honeyman is performing quite well. So those are the players we need to look out for. Honeyman plays as a roaming playmaker, and playmakers we will always tight mark. I don't want them having any space on the ball. And so we've got Bielowski to worry about. He's not actually here in the team. We have Vogslammer, who's actually also not here in the team. So they were probably rested. They play wing play, and they'll look to get outside and cross the ball. So what we should do is focus our play down the middle. And if we go then and have a look at their... Let's have a look at their... Where can I find that? Let's go to their schedule. We'll have a look at their last two games. They lost against Cardiff. They lost against Middlesbrough. Two tough games, though, in all fairness. So we'll have a look at their analytics, if we're allowed. And you can see immediately both wings, not much happening down the middle. And there you can clearly see from the heat map where the action is taking place for them. They want to play it down the wings. We've got to stop them doing that. If we look at the pass combinations, not much is happening, but again, it's down the wing. It's fullback to winger, fullback. It's here is the danger. So we got to close that down. Nothing much is happening in the middle, and we don't really need to worry about that. What we need to worry about is the flanks, and so that's what we got to focus on when we're setting this up. So I think Millwall should be a game that we should be winning, and we can go and play that game. You think it's interesting? I think it's just it's a little bit like it's chalk and cheese. It's good and bad. It's good that that team is good at the moment. It's a good team with young players coming through, and it's good that I keep winning matches. And I do, obviously, I want to win matches. But in another sense, it's a little easy to win matches. The teams in the league, apart from the top four, are absolutely awful. And you'd have to be a really bad manager not to win those games. I think I could play the under-11s and still beat most of those teams. I suppose it's interesting from a sense that it's very frustrating. And if I was doing a long-term save, it would be a good save to get your teeth into, because you'd have to develop young players and wait a couple of years. The problem is the board are not happy with a long-term plan. They want immediate success. So in that respect, I suppose it would make it interesting. My taking it on was to try to get them to win the European Champions League within 3 years. And looking at their squad when I arrived, I thought it was possible. I didn't anticipate what was about to come, unfortunately. The assistant doesn't like my team at all. So do I want to trust the assistant or go with my team? I think probably I'll go with his this week. I think mine is kind of the leftover from the last game, which I think was the cup match. So Harwood, Bellis, Bayer, yeah, that makes sense. Matson, Cork, Brownhill, Cullen. No place for Bayek. I think I might put Bayek in for Jack Cork, being as Jack Cork has decided possibly he's going to leave. Teller up front. Oh my good God. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I'll go with what he says. But remind me to look at the substitutes, because he's probably put 4 wingers and a central defender and nobody else on the bench. Because assistant managers cannot organise a substitutes bench. And I'll go with his team, but I'll take out Cork and put Bayek in there. I'll try Bayek as a DLP in there. Put him on a defend duty, and then what I'm going to do is put both wing backs on attack. I want to have width in this, and both of these are going to... I think the width is where we will create problems for them. If that doesn't work, we need a plan B. If they are getting more possession than we are and controlling the game, we'll have to bring these back onto a support duty. But we've got to believe... I don't know why they're box to box. I want to play a central mid on attack, which will be Brownhill, and Cullen can play as a box to box. Now that looks to me like a strong team. The only weak link, of course, is Teller. And do I want to play Teller up there? I also thinking Scott Twine. He started well, but he's gone off the boil a bit. But I think we need to stick with Scott Twine, and he will start as well. Now let's have a look at the bench. So McNally, fine. Lowton, fine. We need cover. Always I need cover for fullback, and he hasn't given me any cover at fullback. Where is Vitinho? He's got Vitinho on the right-hand side, which is quite interesting. And Charlie Taylor, he can come onto the bench. And then we need players who can play as a striker and a winger. So Dervisoglu can do that. I need one midfielder, Westwood, who can sit on the bench. And then I need another winger, Zauri possibly. Churlinov is injured. Hedalazio. Let's bring Hedalazio in for Zauri. He can play. None of them can play. Yeah, they can. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do nicely. Can both play on either side. Both can play as a striker. So that probably is a decent setup. No offers for Brownhill. How low would you go, boys? He's worth 20 mil. I'm already on 14.5 mil. 3 are interested. Let's go to 13.25. That's as low as I'm going. I mean, Brownhill cannot complain that he's not being offered out. We're doing whatever we can to sell him. Okay, so are we getting any nearer to this game? Who is this guy? Ball-winning midfielder. Would be nice. Good tackling. Good mentals. Good physicals. Good technique, I guess, for this level. Can mark. But he's only good enough for this level. He's probably not going to make it as a Premier League player. Has got a little bit of development left to do. We do need to have a look at what's available in those after the game. Hi, Pitchmoney. How are you doing? Pitchmoney Kim. Hi, Kim. How are you doing? Expectations are that we will win, so we better go out and try and win then. Transfer deadline in 7 days. No offers for... Nobody wants him. He can't complain if nobody wants him. It's not my fault he's not good enough. Must respond to what? Oh, is the deadline day? Oh, it's a meeting. I don't bother with those. Does anybody go to those deadline day meetings? Anybody at all? I think it's a complete waste of time. They only go over what you've already seen in the scouting stuff that they've given you, and then they draw your attention to contracts. Well, they'll do that in the team meetings. Cherlinoff is not fit and Westwood is not fit. Yeah, I am aware that I want to sign him, but you're just going to have to wait. I don't have any money to do it yet. Kayembe would be a very good signing. Would be a very, very good signing as a DM. I think I had him before in a save in FM22. He's a very, very strong, he's 17 strength. He's a very strong, aggressive boy. I had him in one of my teams in 2022. Was a very, very good player. Manchester City, Brentford in the Carabao Cup. So we need to go out and win this game. We need to keep the pressure on Norwich. Norwich are home to Birmingham. We need to actually keep the pressure on Norwich. He wants Cork in for Bayek. He doesn't like Bayek much, my assistant manager. And wants me to play cautiously. What is his problem? We'll start positive and then we'll alter it as we go along. Let's have a look at this goalkeeper. Has no pace. His composure's dreadful and he has a weak left foot. So we want to close him down. Turn him onto his left foot. So then, they're going to play 3 at the back. Yeah, of course. They're not all that fit. They're pretty much not match fit. They're still very tired. And Leonard, who is normally centre mid, so he's not pacey and he has a poor left foot. So we will close him down and turn him onto his left foot. Make sure it says left foot and we'll close him down. And the other fullback, Callum Styles, can play as a wing back, probably on attack. Doesn't cross the ball very well. No pace. I think we'll just close him down. Don't need to do anything other than that. Just close him down. These two boys are always the worry. And Shackleton, I think, is probably going to play as the roaming playmaker. He's not really a playmaker, but he can do the job, but he's not that great at it. But he's got good pace, good acceleration and pace for a midfielder. Do I want to... Yeah, I'm going to tight mark him. Just make sure that he's... Yeah, has two good feet. They're quite an aggressive team, Millwall. They are in real life. And, no, I haven't... hey, Thomas. No, I haven't been doing Norwich this season. I did Norwich 2 years ago. 3 years ago, actually. And that was the last time I went an unbeaten season with the club. Until now, was Norwich 3 years ago, and boy, that was a tough save, and it came right down to the wire. I think I remember I had 2 draws in the last 2 games with that Norwich save. I try to move around and not do the same clubs all the time, otherwise it could get a little tedious. So, who is this? What are we looking at? But he has no pace. I think we just need to... I think we could probably hard tackle him and tight mark him. Just hard tackle him and tight mark him. Who was that we were looking at? It was George Evans, wasn't it? No pace. Hard tackle him and tight mark him. So let's take that midfield out. They both got are decent on both feet, so we do need to worry about that. They pass over the top for their wingers. And attacking mid, he's not that great, is he? He's poor bravery, he's got poor composure, his decisions are poor, he's not very fast. He's not that great a player. So I think we just type mark him. Just take him out of the game. And then Bradshaw, not very pacey. He's not great in the air, this guy. 5'11", should be able to look after him. I don't think we need to worry too much about him at all. He's not going to cause us really any major problems. Finishing and composure are good. So I guess we just need to keep an eye on him for now. And then Afobe, left foot. Not very brave. Left foot, hard tackle him. And we'll type mark Afobe. He's less likely to wander around. This guy looks like he's playing as a deep lying forward or a pressing forward, and he's more likely to roam around or come deep looking for the ball, hence drawing us out of position. Whereas Afobe, I think, is going to play as an advanced forward or a poacher, and he's going to be on the line. So we need to take care of Afobe rather than Bradshaw. Bradshaw isn't a great player, and hopefully if we've got Afobe marked, then they will look for Bradshaw rather than... And there we go. I think we're all set. And my only concern is these two wing-backs. And with the... no, maybe I'm going to put... I am a little concerned. Let's put the wing-backs on support. And we'll leave our inside forwards in inverted wingers on attack. And would I be happier with that? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Obviously a team that plays down the wing, if we have two fullbacks on attack, we probably are going to leave ourselves open. So we are favourites for a reason. Go out there and win this game. We need to dominate the midfield. Tell Teller I've got faith in you. And everybody reacted okay. And it's Millwall to start the game. And they got Cresswell playing at centre-back, have they, Millwall? And they are passing it up. Nice work by Brownhill there. Aggressive, gets stuck in, but then he goes and loses it. And have I got them? Let's take that out. They don't want to run. They're quite aggressive and they're quite good tacklers. So maybe let's take out run at them and see how that works. Get them passing it around a little bit more. But it looks like it is all Millwall at the moment. They've had the only chance. Nice clearance. Brownhill picks it up. Now, we don't want to be running with it. He does like a run with the ball. That's a nice pass to Teller. And here are Burnley's frailties right out in the open. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do you do with a team that doesn't have anybody who can finish? I think we're doing remarkably well for a team that has got an average of about 8 finishing. It's just like, oh boy. And they do have a corner. They've not really done anything, Millwall, apart from set pieces so far. But now they do have a chance and they've scored, and we are a goal behind. And that's not ideal. That is not the best way to start this. They have started very strong, and they're not out passing us because we have got all the possession. They're just looking like they're a better team. And has my assistant got this wrong again? And we need to do a lot better, and I'm going to shout at them and demand more. This is not acceptable for this team. To go 6 points behind Norwich today would be a disaster, and the board would not be very happy. The passing looks good. It looks crisp enough. Movement is good. Generally keeping the ball nicely. Millwall are pressing us a little bit, but not that we should be anything alarmed about. And that's another prime example of our finishing. What on earth was that? Just did not make any sense at all. Ball up the line, that was dreadful. Ball over the top, here they are. What is going on here? Right, berate them. This is not acceptable. They're all over the place. We know how to play against wings. You should be able to do this. I wonder if I should take out play up the middle. And what I'm actually going to do as well, come on, Twine, let's do something. I'm not quite sure what he's doing on that side of the pitch, and we've missed another good chance. Teller must be on a 6.2 by now, is he? He's on a 6.6. Missing chances after chances. What can I do here? Okay, let's think about this. Let's take that out and work the ball into the box. Passing is okay. We have 67% of the possession, but they are taking the ball off us. And we're going to pull them out a little bit. See if that helps. Match momentum is all ours. They've had like a minute of the game where they've scored. And it's like, oh God. So we've got to do something to break their defence down now, and we're not doing a very good job at the moment. Hopefully, pulling them out will do the trick. And that's better. We should win this ball now. Still press them, but pull them further up so that there's space in behind them. And here's Vatinho. Can you get the ball into the box now? Nice ball along the floor, and we've missed another one. That is why I need to buy a striker. I had a poacher sitting in there who's got more than 5 finishing. He would have put that away. We just cannot put the ball in the net. Teller's already on a 6.4. He's got to come off at half-time. Just shocking. Absolutely shocking. And they're going to have unless they score, they're going to have a rollicking at half-time. Probably throw the water bottle this time. We should not be losing this game. And it just is horrible watching this. And Harwood Bellis decides he wants to be a clown as well. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Put your foot on it. What is going on? They're pressing, but they're not that dangerous. And they're actually beating us quite soundly at the moment. And I do now need to put our foot on the ball. We need to hold the ball now. Absolutely need to slow it down. Get your foot on the ball. Better. Now come on, Teller. Nice putt. Now Brownhill, can you score? No, he can't score either. I think I could probably have scored that one. Oh my good God. Jurgen, anybody who's got finishing over 10 would fit into this team really nicely. This is the problem with this save. They can't finish. They'll go on these runs where the midfielders score goals for them. But apart from that, they just can't finish. And when the midfielders don't score goals, or we don't get one from a set piece, let's have a man sent off as well. Let's make it a really nice day today. Howard Bellis is not playing well. He's making errors. He's fouling. He's not having a good game. None of them are having a good game. I've got a range of 6.5s. None of them. They're absolutely awful. Honeywell is causing problems. And where is Honeywell? Honeyman. Let's put Bayek on him. We'll put him to look after Honeyman. Bayek's having a dreadful game. Look at him. Goalkeeper 6'6", 6'5", 6'6", 6'6", 6'5". Only Bayek on a 6'8", and Cullen on a 6'8". Where did Nathan Tellem was on a 6'4" just now? Where did that 6'7" come from? Vitinho's playing well. Nervous. Yep, you should be. You should be nervous. You have been terrible so far. Can I say anything? I'm not happy. Disappointed. You haven't been good enough. Oh, good. He's fired up. He's stressed out. Let's hope that by getting him stressed out, he tries to prove me wrong. They're just like, they look awful, don't they? It's the FM curse of coming back after you've switched the save off. Are we on? Oh, for goodness sake, that's Teller again, isn't it? And he's like clapping his hands. Like, what for? Okay, Teller, you're going to have to come off. Honeyman, who is the only danger in that Millwall team, and Bayek should hopefully now look after him. But it looks like they are going to score number 2. It's going to be one of those days. And berate them now. That was absolutely awful. I'm going to go to attacking as well. Let's go to attacking. I've got nothing to lose now. Absolutely awful. And let's tell him to get further forward. Let's attack. Let's go for it. And Vitinho, come on, if you're having a good game, put a cross in. That was a good tackle. Ball into the box, far post, Twine. Twine's had a very quiet game. He's not playing very well at all. In fact, he's just getting bullied, isn't he? 6.4 for Twine, 6.4 for Roberts, 6.3 for Matson. I'm not sure losing Charlie Taylor is a good thing. But it is Twine. He does have 17 for free kicks, but that's, again, awful. It's just horrible to watch this. Horrible to watch. I don't know how we're actually losing this game. We're absolutely hammering them in terms of possession. We've had really good chances. And we should not be losing this game. And I can't think of anything else to do to try and change this. And we're just, I don't know, I can't think of anything else to do. They're just outplaying us. They're being more aggressive than we are. Maybe I'll just tell them to get stuck in then. If they're being more aggressive than us. Let's up the ante then. And I also think we need to step up to try and stop those passes. What's he celebrating for? Celebrating a corner? Let's tell him to step up as well. We have to be more aggressive, and we'll go. Not quite sure what happened with the lines. Let's go for it, and we'll go very attacking. And it's time to make some changes now, I think. Get all those 6.3s off the pitch. Let's make some changes. 6.4, goalkeeper again. Well, we have to change the goalkeeper then. Connor Roberts. 6.3. Bayer is a 6.3. Matson is a 6.3. Charlie Taylor. Bayer has to come off. He's on a yellow card as well. 6.3 for Brownhill. And 6.3 for Twine. I don't have any more substitutes. I'll have to leave Twine on. Too many of them are on 6.3s. And then we'll berate them again. And what we'll do is we're going to go more direct. We just want to get the ball forward. Yeah, let's just get the ball forward. Sometimes I don't know how they are winning this game. They don't look like they're causing us any trouble. And it really is just about finishing. If we'd taken our chances, we wouldn't be losing this game. That's better. Long ball forward. Forget about short passing now. Let's just hump it forward. That's better. It's much faster at the moment. Twine, ball into the box. What a chance! And we've got one back. Have I turned this around? But I don't think we'll have turned this around because we don't... Time wasting, so that... Yeah, I turned on time wasting so that I wanted them at that time to put their foot on the ball. And time wasting, often what they will do is they'll pick the ball up for a throw-in or a set piece, and they'll immediately throw it, and then usually will lose it. But what I want them to do is to take their time, think about it, and that's why I turned on time wasting. And I actually need to turn that off now, so that they don't time waste, because we now want them to release the ball very quickly. Which seemed to have worked for 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get something more out of this. And come on, Taylor. Nice one. There's a chance. Oh, no way. We've hit the crossbar. Oh, thank you very much, FM. Come on, we can get a point out of this, boys. We can get a point. At the moment, we're 6 points behind Norwich, who are easily beating Birmingham. We need to get at least a point. Otherwise, I could well be sacked at the end of the season. If we don't get promoted automatically, I suspect the board will sack me. It's required, not desired. And if it's required, they're not going to be very happy if I don't deliver. Long punt. We should win that. Let's get it up. What? The other way. I think I'm having problems with the shirt colours here. Now, let's move this ball. That was poor. We are, though, playing a bit Route 1 at the moment. But look, if we can just keep moving it forward, be progressive. That's terrible. He's miles offside, referee. Miles offside, but he's missed anyway. Has the linesman got his flag up there? Come on. 80 minutes gone. Can we get another one? Twine. Cross into the box. That's a penalty, referee. The referee points to the spot. And he's given us a penalty. I don't even know who's going to take it. I can't even watch who is taking it. Twine. Oh, my God. And he's on a 6.2. He's managed to put it in. It's 2-2. What a manager. What a turnaround. And I don't know why I decided to play Route 1, but that was the correct call. And we could go on and win this now. If we can just keep our nerve, keep doing what we're doing, then we could go on and win this. And hopefully, I mean, look how we've dominated the game. We should win this, and the game should let me win this, because we are the better team now. And it is, though, a free kick for Millwall. They're going to hump it over the top. He's in miles of space. Hit the post, but he's offside. Always risky business when you are playing everybody attacking. You're going to get exposed. But we had no choice. We had to go attacking. Are we going to get one last chance? 6 minutes added on. There's got to be another highlight. Come on. Come on. There is, but it's for Millwall. They do have a free kick. Shortire is a very good player. What's he doing playing for Millwall? And that was a good turnaround. Even though it hasn't got us a victory, it was still a good turnaround from 2-0 down when we were looking dead and buried. But we still might get something out of this. Twine, though, you didn't even run after that. You've got to be a little bit more aggressive. Although he isn't an aggressive player. There's a nice ball over the top to Teller. Where's the support? Where's the support in the box? It goes into the box, comes to Brownhill. Can Bayek pull something out of the bag? No, he can't. And our lack of a striker still continues to show. And there was a lack of all-round support in the box. I think that's my oversight. I should have taken that off so that they're not patient. I forgot to take that one off. And that means that they're going to be patient. I didn't want them to be patient. I just wanted them getting the ball forward and into the box. And that was my error that I didn't take that off. Do we have one last chance, though? Is Taylor going to provide a beautiful pass? No, he isn't. And Millwall have got the draw against us. I guess we'll take the draw after being 2-0 down for all that time. We had to make God knows how many changes in order to steal that. Basically, I'm going to say you were not good enough. Not good enough. And it's a game we should have been winning. Basically, what I'm saying to myself is I was not good enough. But there's no way I could have read that we needed to play a direct game before the match. We've been playing a very short passing game, and there was no way I could have read that from the stats before the match. But we did react to it and got there in the end and got a draw. And yeah, Millwall are happy with the draw. I'm not. And I've just slammed the team. And Muric, who was an absolute shocker. What did he... Like, his rating, 6.4 again. Absolutely shocking performance again. And, I don't know. Hey, Maclay. And he just missed an absolute shocker of a game there, as we drew 2-2 with Millwall. But I guess a result's a result. From 2-0 down, most managers would be happy if they came back to 2-2 away from home from 2-0 down. I'm not, though. We should have beaten Millwall, and now we are 5 points behind Norwich, only 1 point ahead of Cardiff. 6 points ahead of Middlesbrough, though. Yeah, it was a good comeback, Gobby. Sometimes I don't give myself enough credit. It's like, but if I didn't spot that I'd got work the ball into the box on, and I should have taken that off. We got to go and play the cup match against Norwich now. We then have the transfer window to somehow get through. Let's move on. I think I need to rest the players. That was I worked them quite hard in that game, so let's rest them. Not just 4. Let's rest them all, because I think I'm going to want them all playing against Norwich. Bayek is particularly tired. Very, very tired. He can hardly stand up, bless him. Oh, he's going to be suspended, though, so it doesn't really matter. We need to do better than that in our next game. But Norwich really doesn't bother me if... so now we got a little bit of money. Cork has gone and joined... Oh, Rodriguez developing concerns. What is your problem? I just think I'm going to talk to him about it. Was there anything on your mind? I'm not happy he's been allowed to leave. He wanted to leave, you dopey sod. What can I do? So we'll talk. He's all right, though. He wants to talk about it at another time. Yeah, well, whatever. We'll talk about it at another time. Hey, Ethan, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Oh, thanks, Gobby. Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta... Sometimes you're just there trying to outsmart the AI. It will outsmart you from time to time. You've just got to sometimes stop and think. That's all it is. And you're not always going to get it right. And you think, like, I went through 2 different phases in that game. I thought it might be better to, like, put my foot on get the team to keep the ball at first, and then when that didn't work, when we weren't keeping the ball any better than we had and it didn't work, then we had to do something different. And so you sometimes just got to keep doing different things until you hit the one that's going to work. Norwich, do I even want to have a look at this? Pretty much good at everything. Wow, that's a good list. Don't have good jumping reach. They are good at through balls. Isaac Hayden, is he actually even in the team? Yeah, he's out of form at the moment, so that's something that we might want to look at. We want to try and make him as uncomfortable as we possibly can. As we move up to this Norwich game, I think against Norwich we just got to hope they have a day off. But if they don't, no worries, because I don't really, as I said, the FA Cup, it's a pointless exercise for us. Luton beat Cardiff, did they? That's done us a big favour. Thank you very much, Luton. That's done us a very big favour. So at the end of this episode, we are still going to be in second. Chernoff is back. Oh, we need a new captain. Well, it's not going to be Westwood, because he's going to be running down his contract. There really isn't a great deal to choose from. Josh Cullen is a possibility. And gosh, there really isn't much to choose from here, is there? And maybe Bayek as the vice captain. So probably going to upset a lot of players, but that's too bad. Taylor is going to sign for Brighton. So he's actually made his mind up 5 days before the transfer list. 11 million, where are you getting that from? £13.75, yeah, that's better. Charlie Taylor was like, what is the matter with these people? He wants to leave anyway. What is the matter with him? You have something on your mind, sunshine? But it means a lot to me you come to talk to me about it. What is your problem? Did you think I was not going to talk to you about it? Okay, maybe we've dealt with that stupidity now. But nobody's complained about the choice of captain, which is good news. So he wants to drop Bayek. I'm running out of options here in midfield, and I'm running out of options all over the pitch. So I'm going to put Vitinho at left back. Bayer, Harwood, Bellis, of course, have to play. Lowton can go in at right back. Bayek, what am I going to do with you? Yeah, he's a natural DLP. That's what I want him to play as. So let's put Cullen as a ball winner there, and then we'll play Bayek as a DLP there. Brownhill can stay as a centre mid on attack. It's up front that I've got real issues. Real issues. Should we give Teller another chance? He actually didn't play well, too badly. In the end, he got a 7.6 in the end, Teller. So maybe... not yet, Ethan. I'm working on it, though. We've just sold a couple of players. We've got 14 million in the bank now. So we are working on it. Just want to sort the team out for Norwich, and then we can go and start thinking about signing players here. So hopefully we will have a striker before long. And I do have, and it is likely to be, in fact, let's do that now, shall we? Let's go to, he is interested. Who was it? Therese Campbell, wasn't it? Finishing 16, so almost double what we've got. Decent composure for a championship. Yeah, we said we'd play him as a poacher. Just play him as a poacher, and he doesn't have to worry about feeding his all the other people. We'll make sure we low cross into the box. He's got decent jumping reach. He just doesn't head the ball very well. He's 6 foot tall. He's just useless at heading. But he's decent enough if crosses are not always going in there low. So I think we should go and make an offer for him. Let's make an offer. They want... Shall we offer the complete 6.2? See what they come back with. I've got how much in the bank? 14 mil. Let's offer 6.25. Let's go with it. They want 9 million. You're having a giraffe. Let's offer them 5 million. Plus installments. Let's go 3 installments, and let's make that 3 million. Let's go 3 million. Let's give them 8. Suggest 8 million, and they're okay with that. So yeah, we got him for 8 million, but only paying 5 million up front, which is okay. That's pretty good. Now the other thing that I want to do is think about the midfield. Because we're a bit short in midfield as it stands, and good ball winner, which means we could play Bayek in the central midfield role. He's somebody that I did have my eye on. 25 years old. He's not going to develop much, but he's fairly cheap, and well, I don't know. What do you think, guys? What do you think about him as coming in to cover for our frailties in midfield? Or Kai Wagner as a fullback? Can we afford both of them is the question. This guy I like. I like this guy as a fullback. for championship level anyway, he's just he's a very good fullback. It's crossing. It's very difficult. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Hi, Craig. Hope you're well. I don't know if you guys have noticed that it's very difficult to find a fullback who can cross the ball, and it costs you a lot of money if you can actually if you can actually find one. It's going to cost you a lot of money. However, he's not going to be great defensively because his anticipation is poor. But he can tackle. He's just going to get himself out of position quite a lot. And he's probably someone that I don't want closing anybody down. He's probably going to play better as an attacking wing back. He's going to be much better, maybe even as an attacking fullback. Possibly better as an attacking fullback, but I'd still like to play him as a wing back on attack. It's just his flair really isn't great for a wing back. You don't need much flair as a fullback. You just need to run up and down the touchline as a fullback. May have to actually take off the underlap. If we bring him in, would have to take... I can't get loans, Gobby. I've got too many players in who are already on loan. That was one of the problems that I had in the summer. The previous managers already filled up the loans, which was... that was why I couldn't get a loan striker in. So that is done and dusted. Too many loans already. It was a thought I've already had, Gobby. But I can afford to buy... He will probably, at 25 years old, he will probably be able to go into the Prem. Now, forget the star rating. The star rating doesn't mean anything. You just got to look at his attributes. And he would be not a great Prem fullback, but he would be a good Premier League fullback. According to his attributes, he is good at being a fullback. And so I think at 25 years old, he is someone who could go up into the Prem. Weghorst, of course, will be back next year, Ethan. You're quite right. So we could definitely be thinking about... I'm actually going to go and talk to his agent, because at left back we are a bit short, and that would then allow Vitinho to play up front where I want him. He's uncertain, but here's what will get a deal done. 3.9 to 7.4. He'd want wages of 41 to 55. I don't know if I can afford that. But we'll go along with what he says for now. I want to just check on the finances. 550 were allowed, and we are committed spending is 475. So our committed spending, we got about 75 grand. I'm not listening to you again. No, I'm going to do my own this time. You got me in a mess last time. We'll leave Teller up front. Vitinho can play at full back. We need to put somebody on the wing here. We'll put... Benson can come on and play on the wing. His last game, his form is getting better. So Benson can come on and have a game. Scott Twine, maybe it's time to give him a rest. He's not playing very well. So maybe it's time to rest him. Bring in Zauri. He doesn't, though, like playing as an inside forward. He wants to be an inverted winger. So let's put him as an inverted winger on support. We'll put Vitinho as a wing back on attack. I think that's probably the team that I want to go with. I don't want to take any of this nonsense advice. Max Aarons, of course, is a very good player for Norwich. Campbell. Who's Campbell? Oh yeah, Therese Campbell. 27 to 34. That's what he wants. He's going to ask then for more than that. We don't want that in there. Wants to play as an advanced forward. No, I want you to play as a poacher. And he's happy with that. 30,000. Ooh, one. Well, we're only allowed to give him 25. Ah, what is the board doing to me now? We've got plenty of money. Okay. He's not going to go for that, is he? He wants 31k now. Hi, Scampy. Okay, so why are the board, when I have all that money left, why are they not willing for me to pay him 31 grand? So I'm going to have to find another way to do this, aren't I? Let's start by upping these bonuses then. 8.5. Goal bonus, 8.5. And use substitute fee, 2.5. Top division wage rise, 40%. 100k. If the Burnley board hadn't messed about, then we wouldn't be doing this. So it's costing them money. Suggest that. Yep, he's gone for it. Good. See, the board have just cost themselves an awful lot of money by giving... It's just like, come on, what are you doing? Are you stupid people? We had plenty of money in the wage budget to spend. I've even got enough to sign that fullback. So I don't know what all that was about. So now we look at our projected spending, 508. That means I've got 402,000 to buy that fullback. And if we look at who's wanted, we still have Brownhill to sell. And let's upset the board then. Let's go down to 10 mil. 10.25 mil. And maybe we can start... Actually, no, let's go down to 9.75. And let's try and start a bidding war. And let's upset the board. You forced me into doing this. I need the wage money now. Luke McNally is injured. Ah, brilliant. Out for the Norwich game. I wasn't intending to play him in the Norwich game, but I do need somebody on the bench. Anybody interested in... Nope, nobody's coming in for Brownhill, are they? Ah, boy. I wonder if Norwich are taking the FA Cup seriously or whether they are going to not take it very seriously. I think that they will take it seriously. And why are these boys not... Oh, well, Ashley Barnes, it's pointless actually even talking to him. Kevin Long. Why are you not training? And Ashley West, well, it's pointless talking to him as well. Nothing that I do with him is going to work. This is going to be a busy couple of days, I think. I don't know why people are not coming in for Westwood. He's a good player. And there's 3 of them sitting there waiting to make a bid. I think I'm going to make a bid for that fullback. I'm going to do it now. If necessary, I'll just get rid of Westwood for free. And we'll make a bid on that fullback. Where is he? Where did he go? Kai Wagner. So, do you guys think we should be signing Kai Wagner? I think he is a very decent player. I think that he could step up to the Prem. If you forget about his star rating, look at his attributes and the fact that my scouts think he could develop a little bit more. I think that he could be, if not a first team player in the Prem, he could be a very useful backup in the Prem. I think yeah, let's go for it. Let's make an offer on him. Make the full offer? Nah. Offer them 2.5 installments, and we'll offer them 2 mil. Nah, we'll up that a bit. 2.5 mil. They're happy with that. I'm happy with that. We'll go with that. Oh, he's dubious. 41 to 55. Wants to be a star player. Oh, unfortunately, he's probably going to fail to get a work permit. He's no good to me then. So, that's a bit of a shame. Bit of a nightmare. Let's worry about that after the game. No. I'm willing to go to balanced, I think. We are at home, so I don't think we should be playing cautiously. Let's go to balanced. I think we should be trying at least to win the game. I don't see us as winning this game. I don't think that we have. We haven't got any players, actually, have we? McNally, Roberts, Egon Riley. So Twine can come onto the bench. Egan Riley can come onto the bench. And Bastian can come onto the bench. Kevin Long, is he fit? I thought he was injured. Oh, it's McNally that's injured, isn't it? Let's bring Kevin Long on to the bench then. Fitness concerns for Westwood. Cherlinoff, fitness concerns. I have plenty of wingers on the bench. Let's set up for the opposition. We need to tight mark him. Very good player. Left foot. And McCullum. Close him down, right foot. Seems to be about right. Now we want to make this guy's life a misery. He's out of form. And what can we do to upset him? We'll just tight mark him and close him down. Just make his life a misery. And then Nunes. Hard tackle him and tight mark him. He's a bit of a playmaker. Sarah. I'm going to hard tackle him as well. He's not very brave. And right foot and close him down. And this is where they're going to be strong up front. Just want him on his right foot and hard tackle him. They're going to be quite strong. So I don't want our fullbacks actually rushing at them. Todd Cantwell is a good championship player. He's a very good player. Not very aggressive, not very brave. Good composure though. He's got good agility and balance. Left foot and hard tackle him. And then Pookie, I don't really want to do anything with him, but he's not pacey. He's not the best dribbler in the world, and he's not very brave. So I think we should tight mark him and turn him onto his left foot. And let's go and see what we can do. I really don't feel very optimistic about this. The team are pretty happy about the way they're set up. I'm not very optimistic about this. I think it was the worst possible draw that we could have had. I have faith in you. That's what I'm going to say this time. I'm not expecting them to win, so let's just hope more than anything else. They all had terrible games in the last outing, so let's hope that the game addresses that and gives them good games this time. And we need big games from an... Oh, and here's Teller bursting through. He's in a lot of space here. Forced out wide, and he can't cross it. Brownhill was waiting for a tap in, but couldn't get it into the box. I don't think so, Craig. They're just too good for us. They are going to win the championship. Our only hope is to get second. I mean, it's good news that we've got a striker coming in. Somebody who can finish. So unless Norwich really fall off in the second half of the season, I don't see us being in a position to win it. They are a better team than us. In fact, there are many better teams than us in this league. Simply from a striking point of view, from a finishing point of view. Harwood Bellis even tried his luck there. And we're doing okay, though. We've actually had most of the possession, and we've had possibly the better chances. So we're not doing too bad. We just need players to have a good game. And if they have a good game, maybe we can do something. Cullen with a long ball forward. Teller is he worries me every time. Ball into the box, deflected. Good volley, though. And it is going to be a corner. Can we get a goal from a set piece here? Come on. Come on, boys. You can do this. Benson to take the corner. Can we get one from a set piece? Nodded on, and it's just past the post. And our finishing woes continue. But it is good news. I'm looking forward to being able to put a striker into the team. Still looking for a fullback. Still looking for a midfielder possibly in the next couple of days. Europa League again next year, Ethan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will be. Yeah, Craig, we are making chances, but we do that in every game. We make lots of chances. We just don't score goals. We have phases where we'll have games where we score 3 goals in one, then 4, and then it all goes dead again. And it's dead at the moment. And there's another opportunity, and that was Teller again. I think he has finishing of 9. It's not surprising that we can't score goals. Another one over the crossbar. We have had 6 chances, none on target. And it's not like we're shooting from outside the box either. They're good chances. They're good XG chances, and we should be getting them on target. Coutinho's having quite a good game. One over the top to Benson, and there's another one. Another chance inside the box. Yeah, it is, Craig. Barn door. He couldn't actually... he couldn't finish. He couldn't hit a barn door if a barn door fell on him. And we've had the better of the game, and this is then when you'll get the opposition having one chance going upfield and they score. And that's kind of like the unfortunate way this game plays out. If you don't take your chances, the opposition don't need as many chances as you have to actually put their chances away. I think I once worked out that the ratio needed in FM was 15-1 for your team against opposition teams. And there's another chance, and we still can't put it away. I'm going to drop a little bit of encouragement. Oh, we got another injury, have we? Oh, awesome. Couldn't be better. So, okay, let's bring on Dervisoglu. And let's tell him something. I trust you to make the difference. Make me proud. And unfortunately, this isn't going our way. This is the unfortunate bit. We're pretty much dominating the game, but it doesn't look to me like it's going our way. We need to close down the right-hand side of the pitch, so I think I should do that now. Oh, we'll wait till after this highlight. They're looking dangerous down the right. Most of their play is going down the right-hand side. I need to close that down. And although in terms of highlights, the game is showing that we are in control of this game. Zauri into space. Zauri has scored. Oh my lord! And what is he doing? Oh yeah, he is on the right wing. I thought he'd gone straight out of position. Oh my gosh. So we are a goal up against Norwich. I was not expecting this. I expected to be at least 2 goals down. Signed Marshall. We already have signed Marshall. He does play for us. But if it's that Marshall you're talking about, he's an absolute nightmare. You've only got to look at him and he falls down injured. I think he just likes to pick up his pay packet. I do need to keep an eye on this. Norwich have got most of the possession, but whilst we're doing this well, I'm not going to actually want to change anything. We've totally outplayed them at the moment. Nunez is someone I need to take a look at. Nunez. Who is this Nunez character? He's playing here, probably as a centre mid. Why is he causing us all this problem? We've got him hard tackled, haven't we? So it may be time to actually think about asking Brownhill. And what side was he on? He's on their right. So maybe we'll ask. Bayek is very good at marking. So we'll ask Bayek to take him out of the game. He is a bit of a nuisance by the look of it. And they are looking to go down the wings. They're not being very successful. They're not creating very good chances. Their XG is only 0.06. The 4 chances they've created have been poor. So we're doing very well. I'm going to say I'm pleased. I'm going to drop some encouragement to them now and again. So I'm going to say I'm pleased, and hopefully they'll respond to that. Got some smiley faces down the bottom. Norwich are not playing that well, which is good news, but this could all change, of course. A little grass cutter well collected. Even my goalkeeper's having a decent game today, which is nice to see. Gruzo, my assistant, is telling me is getting too much space for his long shots. So we want to step up. And if it just continues, then what I might do is put one of my centre-backs as a stopper. In fact, do I have one on cover? Oh, and they have equalised. Oh, the funny thing, isn't it, this game? We've dominated it. And it doesn't take them very much. This XG was 0.07 up to them. It only takes... What happened there? It was just a simple pass-through. It was poor defending. They haven't done anything different to what they did in the first half, and I don't understand this. All these chances we created, and Maybe I shouldn't have encouraged them. Maybe I should have told them I was not very happy. Who's playing badly? Teller again. It's always his name that comes out first. Cullen's having a bad game now. Let's make some changes. Cullen's coming off with these two on yellow cards. So Cullen, but who can I put on there? Westwood will have to come on despite his poor performance last time. Play as a ball winner. Actually, no, play him as a defensive mid. Too many players on yellow cards. Brownhill's on a 6.6. Let's bring Bastion on. And Teller. Oh boy. We don't have another striker. He's going to have to stay on. Yeah, I think possibly you're right, Gobby. I just think it's like... I worked it out once that you have to have 15 shots to score and the opposition on average need just 3 to score. Something like that it was. Which is the way the game is designed. Harwood, Bellis, why are these boys having poor games? They were great defenders only a few weeks ago. And they're all now suddenly playing badly. Dervisoglu, he came on as a sub, didn't he? So I can't really take him off. He's already on as a sub. No, he's not, is he? Yeah, he is. Don't want to take Zauri off. Let's put... I know what I can do. Let's put Dervisoglu up there. And then... Scott Twine can come on and play. And that should do it. Let's hope that that works. There's no need to do anything. The match momentum, we've won the possession battle. We've actually won the XG battle by 1,000,000 miles. And the game is just not happy with us winning. There is another chance for Norwich. I think I'm going to go positive. Just try playing a bit more positive. And see if we can get something. Bastion's in the box. There's another dreadful finish from Twine. Twine has actually got decent finishing. And he doesn't seem to be showing it. Well, he's still dominating things. And here is Twine. Let's get it into the box. It's poor. He's out of form for such a good player. Here's Westwood, Zauri. Oh, Loughton's in space. Can you get it into the box? We need numbers in the box. Can't get it into the box. Zauri. What a chance. We've got 2-1 up. Have we made another great call? Have we made another great call to go positive? I didn't think anything needed doing. We were playing well enough. We just needed to take a chance. Should I now go back to being a little bit more balanced? Or should I stay positive? I am concerned they're creating chances, but they're not great XG chances. So we should be able to defend against them. Do I have another sub I can use? No, I'm done with substitutes. It's difficult, isn't it? I want to come off the press a little bit. I want them to preserve their energy a little bit. 2-1. If we can beat Norwich in this FA Cup tie, then we might lay down a message to them. Don't write us off. We've got them pinned down again in their half, and that's nice. Just get them to play long balls, and we have won the second ball. Bayek's having a decent game. He's not having a great game. 7.3. He's having a decent game for a change. He is a good player. Not sure why he's not having better games. Norwich are pressing us, and I just need to make sure we are not playing out of defence now. Norwich are pressing us a lot more, so I want to take that out. I don't want to get caught out. We just need to be careful of the long ball. We also need to do something about their subs. I don't want super subs coming on either. And are they going to make it 2-2 here? Oh, we can deal with that. We can deal with that. That was good pressure. That was good pressure. I want to just have a look at who they brought on. Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he, Josh? So I was thinking, actually, of signing him. Dribbling is poor. His left foot is poor. Anticipation is poor. I think we should be tight marking him and turning him onto his left foot. I don't want subs coming on, and this guy, Osamilos Gianus, whatever, pace. So we don't want to get too close to him, but I do want to turn him onto his right foot and hard tackle him. And that will do for that. So come on then, boys. Let's go up and get another one. Let's go and get another goal here. As we get closer to time, as Norwich are not really adding to what they've done. Neither are we, but that's okay. Norwich's XG is only 0.25, so I don't want to change what I'm doing. Where's Gruzo gone then? No, I want him to mark Gruzo. I want him to keep an eye on him. I don't care if he's out of his position. I want him to go with him wherever he goes. That's the point of marking, assistant manager. Listen to me, learn, boy. And are we going to have the last highlight? Can we beat Norwich 3-1? No, it's 2-1. We have beaten Norwich in the cup, a game that I never expected to win. And well done, lads. And that was awesome. Absolutely awesome result. And well done to Burnley for beating Norwich. And we're still in second in the league. That draw didn't cost us too much. We have to now just see through 6 weeks. Lovely. We're just going to have to see through the transfer window now. In terms of the schedule, we don't need to rest them. We have to play Norwich away again. I'm not sure the result's going to be the same next time. How did we play? Well, we didn't actually. We played the way that we play. So we should hopefully just go to Norwich, play the way we play, and we should play better than them. If form... Yeah, we got to play them again, Gobby, next week. It's our next game. But that will be in the next episode on Thursday. We just want to get through the transfer window now. So we've signed a striker. What else do we need? We need a fullback and a midfielder if we can get hold of one. But I don't think there's any decent fullbacks on offer here. Who is this Churkin? He's a bit expensive. Again, he's decent for this level. He can cross the ball. Be a bit of a panic buy, but I need a fullback. Charlie Taylor's gone. I need a fullback. He does have good anticipation, so he could play nicely as a fullback on support. He's got good tackling. And yeah, he could play as a fullback on support. That would be quite a nice position for him. Wing back on attack might be too much for him. Fullback on attack. He would be a good signing. He's definitely got championship attributes, and he's got a 4.5 star potential. So I think we should see if we can get him in. Let's ask his agent. 7.6 and 11.5. He'd want a wage. Oh, his wage is very cheap. So let's see if we can't get him in. 7.5. I don't want to offer it all up front. What have I got? I still got 14 million, have I? How did I manage that? Let's offer it up front. They want 9.75. Bugger off. Let's offer 8.25. Take that or run away. They've taken it. So hopefully that's another signing. He's very interested, this guy. Let's just check he is. Why can't... Yeah, I see he could play centre-back as well. 6 foot. He could... Good covering centre-back. So he's a good player, I think. Very good player. 4.5 star potential. Let's bring him in. Let's see if we can bring him in. We don't want any of this nonsense. Just behave yourself. Let's go and... Oh, what's this yearly wage rise? No, we don't want any of that. The rest of it I'm quite happy with. We'll nudge that down a little bit. He's happy with that. We'll go for that. We're all happy here. We'll ask Cullen to endorse his move, which is kind of cool. And Cullen has confirmed that Cookin is very interested in the possibility. He does look like a good player, and I'd be very happy to make him a regular starter on that side. Maatsen has not provided the goods, and it means that we can free up Vitinho to play on the wing, and that's where I want him to play. So I think that would be a decent signing. I'll have to work out now how much money I've got left, but I do want to have a look to see if there is a decent midfielder who's cheap. A good ball-winning midfielder who's cheap, like this guy. He's not cheap, 7.8 million, but on the never never, we could probably afford him. It's all going to come down to, it has to be really cheap, because we're going to have to balance the books a little bit here with the wages. And even somebody like this guy, who's a young player, who can sit on the bench, good, very good tackler. He's good at marking, good technique for his age, good positioning, which is what you need for that DM role. Anticipation is good. Just concentration, he's going to make mistakes, and his decision, he will make mistakes. Decent young player. I think somebody that we should, if we're desperate, think about. Yeah, I agree, Craig. It's just like his concentration and decisions, and he will make mistakes. And fair enough, I suppose. He's 21 years old, and he's got to learn, and that's how those go up, when you learn by your mistakes. But he has the basics, and he'd be a decent bench player who can come on for 35 minutes. It's like this star system. I never take any notice of this star system. It's totally misleading. Like, again, you'd look at this player and you'd say, oh, don't want him. He's like only a 2-star player. But you look at his, he's got 15 long shots to begin with. What I'd be more interested in is his tackling and his anticipation and his... he's got decent composure. He's got good concentration for his age. Well, his decisions, again, are not the greatest ever. Good work rate. He will become a good team player. He's not very strong, so he's probably not someone I would go to. The other guy is someone I would seriously look at. There are some decent young players here. He is also a very good player, and it's a shame his marking isn't great, but it doesn't matter. As a DM, he shouldn't really often have to mark a number 10. You should be doing that zonally. Should be able to do that zonally. It's got to be a very good number 10 if he needs specifically marking. He's got good tackling. He's good in the air. He's very brave. He's got good mentals for a young kid, for a 20-year-old. He will develop really nicely. So forget this star rating. I'd say he's a good 2.5, maybe 3-star player. For 21 years old, for 20 years old, his mentals are amazing. He would be someone I'd be very interested in signing. He's got first touch of 13 at 20 years old. There are things we need to develop for him, but he's strong. He's a strong boy. He's 6 foot tall. His feet are decent. He doesn't have a weak foot. He has 4-star potential. He'd be somebody I'd be very interested in bringing in. I'm going to ask his agent, see what he says. He's willing to consider. They want a lot of money for him, but his wage is low. We'll have to see how much money we actually bring in. We've actually got left once all these transfers are done. Committed spending 534,000. Once we get these transfers through, we'll be able to use the transfer budget to create space with the wage budget. So let's get the last transfer through. With 2 transfers, we've got 2 on the go. We've got Kirkin, a fullback, and Therese Campbell. They're 8.25, 13 mil, which means we don't have money in 13 mil. We're only going to have 1 million, and I think that's not going to be enough to sign that boy that we were looking at, to sign any of those. 475 to 6 and 6. Who's this one? 40k. The only one we could possibly sign is this guy. He's not bad, and so we need to be possibly thinking about him, bringing him in. He'll be a panic buy, but Joku could do a bench job for us. We will be short in midfield, although there's still no sign that Westwood is going to be sold. We'll offer him out to clubs again. Is it Westwood who I've actually made the promise to? No, it's Brownhill. He's pleased that efforts have been made to sell him. So at the moment, I don't need a midfielder until one of them is sold. So, yeah, I mean, I think we just go through the transfer window now. If one of them gets sold, we've got players that we can bring in. 2 possibly good young players that we can bring in. So that might work out for us. Cherlinoff, yeah, I don't like him, Cherlinoff. He's not done anything in an entire half a season except lounge around. No, I can't afford him, unfortunately. 5th round draw made today. Let's go and have a look and do it quickly. And then start the draw and go to the end. And we are away at Bournemouth. Well, we do have a chance. I fancy my chances against Bournemouth. If we've got a striker, I actually fancy my chances against Bournemouth. They are 8th in the Premier League, but I think we could give Bournemouth a game. I feel pretty good about that. So, shame it's away, but I think we could probably give them a game. Training looks okay. So I don't want that there. I don't want that there. And I don't want that there. It's too much. I don't want that there. That's better. So here we go. Transfer deadline day. Things we got to watch for. Are our midfielders are they going to come in with bids for our midfielders? And then who are we going to sign when the bids come in? Like if we get another 15 million, there aren't any really expensive midfielders out there. There's Mangala, who is a very good player, who we could bring in. But we'll see what happens now. It's taking its time. It's obviously got lots of things going on in its brain. I think we do have to take part because we need to buy ourselves time if things happen. Any rumours? Burnley are interested in signing João Pedro for 30 million. In your dreams. And who's this Jando Fuchs midfielder? Can't scout him. This would definitely be a panic buy. No passing, no vision. Tackling. He's a very good ball winner again. Up to 5.5 mil. I don't know anything about him. There is a rumour, though, that we are interested. Nothing else going on there. Yeah, Craig, I noticed that. Very good tackler, 17 tackling. He's a ball-winning midfielder, isn't he? Yeah, we have tried to sell him. Let's respond to that. Yeah, we're happy to sell him, so it makes sense that he will not be unhappy if he thinks that I haven't tried to sell him. But nothing's coming in at the moment. We don't need to do anything yet. Nothing going on here. I don't need to do anything unless... No, I'm not going to answer that. A silly question. I don't know myself, so how can I answer that? Salman Rushdie. Solomon Rondon. Is he still a good player, I wonder? Solomon Rondon. Is he a good championship player? I don't know. What do you think, guys? Is he still a good championship player? He's cheap. 33 years old. Kirkin set to sign for Burnley. That's the first one in. So the fullback's in. We still don't have the striker in yet, though. And that's the one that I want to get in, is the striker. So Burnley signed Kirkin, asked Cullen to welcome him. And we'll deal with all that later. Agent offers 3.9 million. Who's he then? Wolves. Finishing 14, good composure, good pace. Passing okay, vision okay. Off the ball, what's his off the ball? He'd make a decent advance forward, this guy. I don't know if there's time to scout him, but I definitely want to keep him on my radar. He'd make a very good advance forward. He's got all the right attributes for an advance forward. Yeah, just thinking that 3.9 million. He'd be very decent to have. First touch isn't great. It'd let him down a little bit, but maybe a poacher. He could he needs first touch for an advance forward. If he's going to be rushing onto passes, his first touch has got to be good. But that apart, looks like a very good player. Let's keep an eye on him. We still got a few hours left, 11 hours left. But it's all about... Yes, we have signed our striker now, and that's good news. And now we just need to have a look at how the finances are working out. So we have 534 spending. So 16,000. But our transfer budget has been hit badly. Who was that geezer? Who was... So maybe we could bring in... Where's he gone? Joku. Signing for the future. He's only a 3-star potential, but he has decent attributes. What do you think, guys? What do you think? He's a ball winner. He's got great tackling. Anticipation is good. It's his concentration. He will make mistakes, but he's young. He's got a little bit of development left in him. Probably more development left in him than the scouts are giving credit for. And he could probably do a decent job as a box-to-box. Probably not. His dribbling's not very good and his finishing is not very good. Definitely a ball-winning midfielder. And he's affordable. 40k. And his wages are very cheap. Let's bring him in anyway. It's not going to make any difference. If we get big money for Brownhill, then we can still... let's make an offer. 400 plus 300. We knock that down a bit. It's at 250. Okay, that's the first part done. We have 250,000, I think. Yeah, we got plenty of money there. Therese Campbell, we better sign him. And registration. Going to bring in Kirkin and Campbell. And assign a squad number. Okay, so when all that has settled, this could be like a little bit of jiggery pokery going on here. 534, 16k. And he doesn't want much money either. That's pretty cool. I'm quite prepared to give him 2.8 mil. 2.8 mil, 2.8k. Signing on fees a little bit high. Agent fees okay. Okay, we'll go along with that. Yes, deal done. He's a very decent bench player. Following your acceptable bid for Enrico Joku, you'll loan him back? No, I'm desperate. Desperate for midfielders. You having a laugh? No, we're not going to do any of that nonsense. I wonder if that will affect the budget. If it will affect his decision. Let's just pile through this. Oh, didn't get a work permit. Let's cancel the deal. That was a shame. He would have been a very good bench player, I think. I'm not prepared to bring him in long term. He's not a Premier League, player by any stretch of the imagination. He was just a cheap player to see me through this season, so I'm not prepared to take him in. I mean, I'm assuming that Burnley will get promoted. If they don't get promoted, it's none of my business anyway. I'm going to get sacked. But if I do get promoted and keep my job, then I wouldn't want someone like that going up to the Prem. No, Craig, because all the unfortunately I have maxed out on loans. The previous manager has maxed us out on loans. I was hoping that one of them would get recalled, and in fact I've left players out deliberately who've not been playing, and no manager has come back to me and said, "Oi, why is he not playing?" I was hoping that one of them would at least would be recalled, especially Teller, but not to be. I mean, unfortunately, we've had to use Teller quite a lot. But some of the others have just not played at all, and they've not been recalled, and that's quite surprising. But, well, is it really surprising in terms of this game? This game is going to do that. Maybe the game knew what I was doing. So loans are not an option. The fans want 1 to 2 signings. Well, we've done that. And good signings too. Braga have offered a contract to Bobby Thomas. I don't even know who he is. Why is that of concern to me? But I have a striker. Whether he's going to do a good job and hit the ground running is another matter. But we have a striker in. And that is what I desperately wanted. We have to see how the 2 midfielders react. Brownhill, Westwood, they have not been sold. So we're going to have to see how they react. We did try to sell them, but unfortunately it didn't happen. And I just missed those results there. What were the results that happened there? Did it affect us? Not really. So that's it. 30 minutes. There's no time to do anything now. The transfer window has closed. And we need to make sure that we have done the registration properly. Egan Riley is under 21. No problem. Okay, we're done. Confirm that. And let's see if our striker can do the business for us. Some other can do decline. I don't want to get involved in that nonsense. And so there we go. The transfer window is shut. And we have a striker. And that is very, very good news. And Therese Campbell can take his place up top as an advanced forward. Now, actually, we're going to play him as a poacher, aren't we? Play him as a poacher. We don't want him passing the ball. It's his job to score the goals. So, that's done. Thanks, guys, for coming along tonight. Appreciate the support. And hopefully we will see you all on Thursday, where we will continue this. And we'll see how our brand new striker gets on. And we'll see if we can beat Norwich again in the Championship as well as in the Cup. I very much doubt it, but you never know. Maybe our new striker will have a hat-trick in his first game. You never know. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Craig. And I'm going to go and eat something now, have a cup of tea. And we'll see you in the next one on Thursday. Thanks, guys. Really good to have you in. And thanks for all the likes. Got 21 likes tonight. That's awesome. Cheers, Gelby. And thanks for staying the distance. It was really good of you. Getting good watch time hours. Got some likes here tonight. And hopefully things are looking a bit better. Thanks, guys. We'll see you all on Thursday.